350,000 NVIDIA, more than 100,000, 350,000.
Damn, dude.
GPUs.
That's wild.
Each one is estimated to be between 25,000 to 40,000 each.
God damn.
That's ridiculous, dude. So
God
like, let's say
damn.
30,000 on average.
What is
right?
this?
So 30,000
They're
times
trying to
300.
Well,
build,
no,
like-
but like, what in this content or context is a GPU? You know,
What do you mean?
what is a GPU? You're paying $25,000
yeah,
for
no,
a single
it's like-
piece of silicon,
It's probably like
or is
No,
that
it's
like
one of those
4
giant-
pieces
Yeah,
of
it's probably
silicon
one
on a board?
in enterprise level
supercomputer.
GPUs that are those
like
giant ones,
yeah.
where they pop into server racks and shit.
Well, no, yeah, but like, I'm
They're
just
paying for
wondering,
each
like,
one of those is like 40K. Basically.
well, no, but I'm just wondering, like, that product,
Yeah.
how much is it? Like, what's there?
Oh, like, so it's like the new one NVIDIA dropped was like the Blackwell, right? Like the NVIDIA Blackwell. Let's see what's in there.
NVIDIA Blackwell.
Dang, that sounds sick.
Actually, while you're seeing that, what's up?
Yeah.
Welcome to a new episode of Better Than Cable. It's me, Ananya, and Pars here.
What's up?
Yeah, we don't have a ton of topics this week. It wasn't
Yeah.
too crazy of a week. But we're gonna chat here about a few things we were just talking about. Actually, I guess kind of revolving around the AI in recent events. So we're talking about how many GPUs companies are buying, because it's kind of crazy, because Mark Zuckerberg just bought 350,000. And that's a lot. That's a lot of pieces of computer hardware.
Also, dude, NVIDIA, like, weren't they saying that, who's their CEO? I forget his name.
Jensen Huang.
Yeah. They're like, this mofo might be like the first trillionaire. Like, that's
Dude, I
how
love
crazy.
that dude, man. Recently, he signed like a girl's dress. I think I was telling you about
Yeah.
Like,
I
dude,
saw
that
that
dude's
shit.
a
I think you were
It's like a
talking about
rock
that
star.
last week, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
dude's
think we
a
talked
legend.
about it.
But yeah, dude, these Blackwell GPUs are packed with 208 billion transistors.
200. Oh, okay. So they're NVIDIA
you go.
GPUs. How many tensor cores?
Yeah.
Give me something that makes like sense. Or what cores do they list? Do they have tensor? I don't know if there are
I don't know,
newer
so
ones
they're
than
manufactured
that.
using TCM's custom 4NP process. 1.4 exaflops of AI performance and 30 terabytes of fast memory. Let's see the cores. What cores does it have?
Is this a blade? Like, is it a whole server?
So it's like a chip. This one's a chip.
Okay.
This is a singular chip that is on like a board, basically. So like, I
Bobby,
can
just
send you a
look it up.
picture.
Just look it up.
I can send you a
Just look it
picture.
up. Now I'm curious.
I mean,
So like, I just sent a pic. I'll send another one. So you can see the dude holding the chip.
dude, that's. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like that chip goes on some board in a giant, in like a GPU thing. But yeah, that's basically the type of shit they're buying, dude. These like high-end fucking things. So the architecture features a 10 terabyte per second chip-to-chip link.
Yeah. So that thing behind him in the picture with all the marketing points with like the two gold chips on it at the top, that's a whole server board.
Yeah,
that is a blade.
Exactly. So that's a whole server board that I sent the other picture, right? So that's where the chip goes on.
Yeah.
This super chip connects to two B200 Tensor Core GPUs to Grace CPU via a 900 GB per second NV-Link interconnect. I don't know what the fuck that means.
They took NV. It's an interconnect that allows two GPUs to share a workload.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So they actually took it. It used to be in gaming GPUs, and you could put like 4 gaming GPUs in your computer, and they kind of just killed it. So.
Damn, dude. Yeah,
I don't honestly know why they killed that. You know, someone's buying 4 of them rather than 1 of them.
Yeah.
But They
like,
killed it.
What's crazy is like apparently, so not necessarily the precision, but the accuracy of this chip is like 30 times better than the last one.
The
Isn't that crazy?
accuracy of the chip?
The accuracy. So not the precision, but the accuracy of it. Yeah.
What do you mean?
So it gets in the right direction. So basically, they
do you
have some
mean the
algorithm running on
accuracy of
top.
the AI running on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
Okay.
basically whatever algorithm they're running on top of it, it has like a 30 times more. It's 30 times more accurate, in terms of like whatever it outputs, basically, which is very crazy, dude. Their performance is
Interesting.
going off the charts right now.
This is why they're worth so much money.
Yeah. Yeah, basically that's why they went to like 1 trillion, so that's why they were beating out Microsoft and shit for a while. Man.
Yeah. No, that was crazy. When they were past like Microsoft, Apple, all that.
Yeah.
That was wild. That was wild.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I need to buy
Yeah,
more
really-
Nvidia stock, dude.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
been like on that shit.
Yeah.
I don't.
Nvidia's been going off. Even now,
I
it's
mean,
like,
yeah,
still
it's
like,
not.
It's still
I don't
like
know
the
if the
top
stock
5 in
market
the stock
crashes,
market, right?
but
It's still like a
It's
really
it's up
good-
there.
Yeah, it's
Well,
a really good
they
stock.
were just the most valuable company.
Yeah.
I don't know what their share price is. They did a stock
Dude, I mean,
split relatively recently,
Yeah.
I think.
like in terms of GPUs, like I think we were talking about this before, right? Still no one's really close right now
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
terms of this crazy top end performance. The
Mhm.
top end performance, like no one's really close. So it's like
Yeah.
the question is like they have to deliver the next one, right? Like we were talking about this before too, right? Like with Intel delivering their next generation and all this shit, like you always got to deliver on the next one. If you don't deliver on the next one, you're fucked, right?
Yeah.
Like basically. And so as long as the next one is just as crazy, of a leap as what this Blackwell was, dude, they're gonna keep going up.
Well, so it's going to be hard to get those leaps.
Yeah.
So they're running out of like process improvements, like physical improvements in making processors.
Yeah.
They're running into like laws of physics. Like a transistor can't be smaller than 2 atoms. So
Yeah.
you can't get much smaller. We're at like what, 3 nanometer processing right now, which is ridiculously small. Chips
we're
are
at
so
4.
dense.
Yeah, most are on 4, and then 3 is like the new gen, right? Basically.
Chips are so ridiculously dense and energy hungry. Like a CPU that you put in your computer can absorb and release enough power as heat that it's just as like thermally dense as a nuclear reactor. It's just much smaller and can't run away with it.
That's what I'm saying, man. They're trying to power these with fusion, man. They're not even looking towards any other
No,
energy
dude.
source.
Chips are kind of ridiculous with how much
really
power
wild,
they
man.
suck in and
Yeah.
how
Like-
much they do in that space.
So they were basically having problems. So when they're training these previously, they had to like figure out how to distribute the GPU load over like multiple regions, right? So
Yeah.
they don't take down entire regions based on like power consumption, right?
Yeah.
So like, that's why they decided like, screw it, let's just all put it in one area in the desert and just have its own power source. And so that's why they're trying to do fusion over there. I think that was the idea behind it.
But I mean, if that's the goal, it's not happening
Yeah.
for 30 years. At
Yeah,
least.
yeah, exactly.
Like we aren't.
So
Close.
I think like right now they're gonna figure out how to like power it some other way probably, but like the goal is adding fusion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll take a
That's
lot of
great.
power.
Yeah.
Do we know where it
Hey,
is? Is it going to be like a tourist attraction? Like come out to the middle of the
It's
desert,
gonna be
see
like
an
some
AI
area
city?
one shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not
Yeah,
gonna let
facts,
anyone
facts.
close to it.
No,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know, like-
yeah.
Yeah. Some secret location. 100%. Dude, imagine if it's like Star Wars. It's like just some random ass cave. Like just in the middle of nowhere. You just go through it.
Oh, I mean, I kind of assumed they were just building warehouses in the desert
Oh,
to house
yeah, that
servers.
too.
Dude, soon they might just fucking do like a Death Star type of shit, dude. Like,
Yeah.
they're just gonna have
Facts.
a giant computer
Facts.
Well,
just flying
just
in
out of
space,
this-
and that's where
Bro.
they're gonna train shit.
Yeah.
They're just gonna,
Yeah, legit.
Well,
it's gonna be like, yo, that's gonna be solar powered, dude. That's gonna
Facts.
take like, we're gonna have like a
Facts.
fucking Dyson
That's gonna be
sphere or
wild.
something at that point.
That's
you know?
gonna be
They
wild, man.
they can't though.
Why
They
not?
wouldn't- nice computers don't handle space well.
Well, yeah, I guess
You
like
do a
cosmic
lot of
rays,
them.
right? So like, but
There's way too
theoretically,
much
let's say we figure
radiation.
out, say we figure out cosmic rays, right? We figure out how to deflect everything. I think that's totally possible. That's like,
I
dude,
mean,
that's
I
when
don't know.
we'd be able to build a Death Star, dude. We still can't build a Death Star right now. So like,
We're not
that
even
tech
close
is
to
long away.
building a Death Star. We're close to sending a tin can to the moon again.
Yeah, dude.
Facts.
Exactly, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Almost 80 years
space tech
later,
is hella
we're
weak.
almost back to the 60s.
Yeah.
Our space
Shit's
tech is
crazy.
hella weak, dude.
Yeah, we got to get it up here.
Yeah, and like Elon's goal is to get to Mars, dude. We're not even close yet, dude.
No, we can't even go to the moon reliably. And that's way closer than Mars.
And dude,
that's
what's
far
so
away.
That's
funny
way
to me
easier.
is like so many people are like down to like terraform Mars.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, figure out how to terraform Earth first. Like, dude, fucking
Yeah,
fix
bro.
the shit that's going on here.
Yeah.
Legit.
Like, there's so much shit going wrong.
Everyone's
here
like,
still with the environment.
terraform Mars. Well, guess what? If you actually knew how to terraform something rather
Yeah.
than just nuking it, you could probably just clean
Yeah.
its atmosphere and the
Dude,
water.
and that's their best idea is to nuke Mars.
Yeah.
And then it'll create an
That's
atmosphere.
hilarious.
And
They
all
want to
that shit.
shoot like 100,000 nukes at Mars.
Dude,
I'm
they're
like, dude,
fucking
who came up
crazy,
with
man.
these stupid ideas?
Yeah.
Dude? Like,
Well, because it'll create a nuclear winter, which will then, I don't know, there's something else about the ash spreading around the planet, and then it'll cause internal heating, and then the release
yeah.
of like reactions themselves, the fireballs will burn enough material to start releasing gases, which will start
Yeah.
developing an atmosphere.
well, so the idea is that they'll nuke the poles, right?
Yeah,
so the
'cause
poles
there's
of ice,
water there.
right?
Yeah.
And then so then the water will evaporate and theoretically create an atmosphere with like the ash and
Yeah.
water, basically, right? But who knows if that would actually happen? Because it maybe like some of the water ionizes and then separates like as gas and shit. But I don't know.
Well,
man.
can Mars hold an atmosphere? Because it doesn't have one right now.
They're saying that it used to, right? So that's
Yeah,
what they were saying. Like
but
it
it
used to have an
went
atmosphere,
away.
and then I think since its core, I don't think its core is molten anymore.
Well, then,
Sure.
so why would a new atmosphere stay?
So I think like, yeah. So that's like a major problem. I think it like doesn't have like a magnetic thing. Let's see.
Magnetic
does-
field, I don't know.
Magnetic
Yeah.
core.
Have a molten core. Let's find out, dude.
Dang. Better than
Mars
cable.
doesn't. Oh, it does have a molten core.
It does have
then
a
it does
molten
have
core?
a magnetic field. Okay, so dude, this would theoretically work. It would theoretically work.
Four.
Yeah, so maybe, dude. I mean, I guess you could do it, right?
Yeah.
But
Just
dude, again,
nuke a
they need to
planet.
figure out shit. They need to make us live here first, man. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Legit.
Like, if we're really gonna actually run out of like fossil fuels eventually, like, weren't they saying we just have like maybe like 400 years left of like fossil fuels? Or something
I don't
like
know,
that?
man. Look, if we have 400 years left of fossil fuels, we have way more than I thought. I thought we were within like a century and a half.
No, dude.
So
From
with
what
how
I've
quick
like
we,
understood
started
is that
using it.
they just keep finding new reservoirs of it. So
Oh.
that like the estimates are totally wrong, basically. Like whatever estimates they would give before.
They're like,
They
oh,
just
you know this
finding new
place over
reservoirs.
here that has never had oil? Yeah, they just have, you got to go 100 feet deeper. They have tons of oil.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Like that's literally what's been happening. And like even now, like the US is like fucking producing their own oil now. So it's like
Should I
there's
go
hella
drill in my parents'
reservoirs.
backyard?
And dude, there's even reservoirs in Alaska, which they're not
Yeah,
tapping
yeah.
into.
Well,
Yeah.
that's been
like, those
that's
are,
been a thing for a while.
Yeah.
Alaska's
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
oil.
Mhm.
That's
So like they're just sitting on that. So like theoretically, you know, there's like a few hundred years left, but there might be even more.
well, we got to figure that out first.
Yeah.
That's a lot easier to figure out than you think. Personally,
Yeah.
in my mind, let's just run all the cars on methane.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much wet methane, dude. There's
You
so
can
much.
make
I mean,
methane.
Mm-hmm.
the only thing with methane is it's like combustible. It's like the same problem.
It's
as we were talking about
combustible,
with
but it
nitrogen.
combusts into oxygen and water.
Yeah, it's like the same thing as like when we were talking about the hydrogen, right?
Yeah.
Like that one's an easy thing to like freaking combust, but like
Yeah.
it's hella useful. It's everywhere, dude. Dude, cows literally are outputting so much methane that it's literally causing like global warming. You know what I'm saying? Like just
Yeah.
cows. So it's like if we just use like whatever cows are outputting.
To
that'd
be
even
fair,
better.
we like broke our
Yeah.
Minecraft server with how many cows we made, so
Yeah,
that's kind of on us too. But
dude, we made hella. Dude, there's so many
we
cows.
made way too many cows. I don't know if
When
you've
you
ever done that. If you're in Minecraft and you just keep
Yeah,
having
just
cows and
send 'em.
feeding them, and then they make more cows, and then you have like 10. This works with chickens too. Then you have like 10 million chickens or cows. The game will just go and you'll get like 1 frame a second, and it just
Yeah,
won't
like
work.
the rendering gets fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've
Yeah.
seen that, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we did with cows, and we're paying for it because it's destroying the planet.
Dude, it's true, man. Like you drive from San Francisco to LA, dude.
Yeah.
You'll
There are
dude,
cows the
yeah,
whole
you
way.
just pass a million fucking cow farms, like a million.
They're
like,
well,
there's-
they're also the whole way. Like you don't
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
passing
No,
them.
dude, basically every mile there will be a new one.
Yeah.
Like every mile from here to LA, basically.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's crazy.
Dang.
That's all of
I didn't know
California,
that.
basically.
I don't understand the point. Like, I like beef, I
you gotta
guess.
eat, man.
you
People
know.
are hungry, dude. People are hungry.
Yeah.
That's all that.
I like burgers. Sorry, I also like steak. Yeah, okay.
People are hungry, man. I mean, I get it, man. Like,
Now we should grow our cows in space.
everywhere.
What about that? What if we grew our
Dude,
cows
yeah,
in space?
grow
Dude,
cows on
just have, like, a
Mars and then
cow
send them back.
ship.
Yeah, grow cows on Mars and ship the meat back. Let the cows
Yeah,
terraform
Martian
Mars.
Cow, Martian
Dude.
cow meat.
Let the cows terraform
Thank
Mars.
God I don't eat that shit, bro.
Yeah, exactly. They
Yeah.
output gas.
Exactly.
Facts.
They just
Facts.
fart up a storm until there's an atmosphere.
Dude, and then what would actually be legit about that is like the nuclear, like the radiation would just stay at the poles too, right?
Well,
like,
and then
Yeah.
once the cows like made a methane atmosphere, you could nuke it and it would all catch fire because it was methane. So
yeah,
I
Yeah.
don't
And then
know if
just
that would
output
actually
oxygen.
happen or
Yeah.
not. But
and then it would output oxygen, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's the science there, but
you blow up a whole planet with one nuke because it sets the atmosphere on fire.
yeah, you just
They thought they might
Makes
do
it
that
livable.
with the first nuke.
Dude, yeah, I mean they didn't know how much the atmosphere would ionize, right? Like if
Yeah.
you go above like, I can't remember, if it's like 10,000 degrees, like
Yeah.
the air automatically ionizes at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And they
I
didn't
remember
know
in
if it was
physics- I remember
gonna.
like, isn't that some Gauss's law bullshit? Like I remember like
Yeah,
that's
some
like,
shit
a
like that.
physics- Like
Yeah.
at what temperature does the air ionize? Like you
Yeah,
know, like,
I
so-
remember that shit. I remember that question. Don't
I don't.
remember the answer.
that's
Don't
some
remember the
Gauss
answer.
because it's like basically like they're saying like air ionizes at this temperature, right? Like that's a
Yeah.
given. Air
Yeah,
ionizes
yeah,
at this
yeah.
temperature, given that this is like a ball with this diameter or whatever.
Yeah.
Determine what charge it needs to have to ionize the air. Like that's like the question. Like if
Yeah.
but
Dang.
it's like a stupid ass fucking question, dude. I don't know how I remember that so
law.
well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, it was-
maybe it would set Mars on fire if we sent a bunch of cows there first. Never know.
Dude, I don't know, man.
I don't know why I searched this thinking I would remember what this means.
I mean, that's just a math equation. Did you
Yeah.
forget math?
I don't remember the symbols anymore.
Okay.
Those are letters, Bobby.
Well,
how
yeah.
I don't remember that shit anymore. Yeah.
Well, they're variables. They just stand for things.
No, yeah, I know that. I don't remember what they stand for.
Well, you have
What
to
stands
give
for
it
what?
the numbers.
No, that's what they stand for.
This is Bob just explaining how an equation works.
Yeah, it's like no, that's not
Like an
it.
equation works by plugging in the
Yeah.
Oh,
numbers.
yeah.
Yeah, I know how equation works, Bobby. I'm saying like I don't remember what the shit is. Like I don't know what the actual numbers are supposed to be.
Like
I
what
f-
they represent.
Yeah. All right. Never mind. No, this
All
is
right,
this
yeah,
is not
thanks.
important.
Yep.
This
Thanks
is
for
not
letting-
important. This is not important.
Thanks for looking at
Alright.
Dude, but yeah, going to brain chips, dude, from GPUs, man.
Oh yeah.
What do you just think about that's like a huge leap.
I was like, what? I continue.
So basically, China came out with, or China is starting to invest in brain chips and like basically creating their own Neuralink, right?
Yeah.
And so they're looking into brain computer interfaces, dude. But dude, my opinion on this is that China's gonna do it first, man. Like they don't give an F about like human rights.
No,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. That's,
They're going hard at
if
this
you
research.
if you call it that way, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah. Facts.
They're gonna go
Facts.
ham at this research, and they're gonna figure out something.
Yeah.
They're gonna figure out something.
Yeah,
That's what
dude.
my
For real. For real. They're about to have this shit done by the end of the year. They're gonna have something.
dude, because
I
like
mean,
they're wild.
Elon Musk just got approval to like
Yeah.
do it on like
Neuralink.
quadriplegics and shit like that, right? Like they just got approval for that recently. But it's like, dude, China's gonna put it in normal people soon. Like they
Yeah.
don't give an F.
Yeah. Facts. Facts.
watch China's just be like an earpiece you put on too. Like they figure it
Yeah,
out how
yeah.
to do it without surgery,
Dude, that'd be
and then all
crazy,
the
man.
Neuralink
If they could
people
just
are
get a
like,
brain signal
"What?"
from your ear,
Yeah. That'd
Yeah.
be wild.
Yeah.
That'd be wild.
dude. Because what
I
they're
mean,
saying
maybe
is
it
that,
would have to be like all the way around your head or something, but
yeah, I think they would need it to be like a crown or something, right? Like there's no way they can get everything with just an earpiece. But
Yeah, maybe it's like a
well, no,
Is it
I
a-
meant
is-
like headphones maybe,
Yeah, like
or they run
headphones.
along the back.
yeah,
Yeah,
And they just
yeah.
hook around your ears to stay on.
Mhm.
That would hurt a
The
lot of
issue is,
glasses
like-
wearers, though. Like
yeah, that
Yeah.
would be
me
annoying.
and you
That would
guys.
be annoying.
yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
it would screw with your
Yeah.
glasses.
Yeah.
Maybe the
But,
glasses are integrated.
Yeah. I mean, if everything can read directly from your brain, right? Like
Yeah.
everything you're wearing, like the headphones,
Yeah,
plus
that'd
the
be
glasses,
wild.
the combo.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, the main issue with it is that like outside of your brain, the signal gets lost, right? Like basically like your skull interferes with the signal.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why they need it directly hooked up right now to get the best signal. But like if they can figure it out where they can do it outside of the brain, I think that would be so optimal. Like that'd be amazing. You don't need to go in for surgery and just put it on the outside. Like that'd be great.
Then you could try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You can see if you want it.
Try
in the first place, right? yeah, you
Legit.
can't try it out if they're fucking implanting it
I'm
into your
also
skull.
I'm also like curious, like if they give me headphones that talk to my brain. Like maybe the headphones don't talk to my brain directly, but the headphones have Bluetooth and the brain reading thing that I'm wearing that they've created
It has like a scanner.
connects to the headphones. So like I could if I give someone those headphones, can I just have like God voice into them?
Yeah, dude, imagine that. Like,
Like can I just pop in whenever and go, hey, it's me.
No,
start
man,
talking
like-
to you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we switch our headphones up.
Do we
Like-
have telepathy then too if we both have computer head things?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I just Bluetooth you what I was
No,
meaning,
You don't need to
so.
talk. Yeah, you don't need to talk. You
Yeah,
can
I
just
guess. I guess.
you could
yeah.
send an idea from brain to brain.
Facts.
You don't need to talk.
Facts.
Or I could just like pop in with God voice in your head. That would be fun.
Dude, and
Yeah.
if you think about
Yeah,
it,
facts.
language is such an inaccurate representation of what we're actually thinking.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It could
Like,
all just
so
be
in
like
this
meme,
way, we can,
meme,
like-
meme.
You could understand each other a lot better. Like you could give an actual brain
Yeah.
signal to someone so they understand that brain signal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. I feel like all brains aren't the same. So I feel
Yeah,
like
they're
you'd
not.
still have to have a
They're not, but
representation. Like it couldn't just be
There-
like directly
There's
talking
probably
to
gonna be
someone's
like
brain.
some AI in between that's gonna do some kind of like brain translation, you know? It's gonna like revamp an idea between brains. You know what I'm saying? Like that'll be interesting too.
I don't want that.
You don't want that?
Why do you have to bring AI into the thing on my brain? Leave it alone.
I think AI is gonna
No,
be integrated.
facts.
AI is
AI is
integrated.
gonna own your brain then, and I'm never gonna put
Yeah,
it on.
yeah. Well, we're gonna turn into cyborgs. I think that's the best case scenario
Well, we're gonna
for,
turn into cyborgs.
that's the best case scenario for AI, dude, because otherwise like AI might just take over, right?
Well,
like, so
no,
then
why are
AI
we-
will just do everything.
Why are we cyborgs?
And we don't need to do anything.
I think cyber would
Because
be cool.
we'll be directly linked in. Like we'll be
Yeah,
on
I think we'll be legit connected
We'll
to
be-
Wi-Fi.
We're connected to the internet.
Yeah,
We can-
we're Wi-Fi.
So at what point do you start mutilating a child to make them a cyborg?
Yeah, exactly. That's the question. When they're born,
And
maybe when
also,
they're 2 years old.
like, what's the point? Why keep the gooey stuff if we can be that linked in? Just upload yourself to a robot.
Yeah, I mean, maybe do that, but maybe like people like having biological bodies, right?
I mean, sure.
Like, do you like
I
your
guess
body?
we're
or you wanna
already.
be,
I'm just like
uploaded?
people
wanna
have
be
already accepted like changing out all their parts for robot parts. Why not just go all the way?
So,
No,
so
what
would
if
you
it-
be?
it-
Would you
no,
upload
what if it
yourself?
just looks
Would
like
you
your
upload
arm?
yourself,
What?
or would you rather be? Okay, so if you had two options, would you upload yourself or rather just be LinkedIn? What would you do? Would you just upload yourself?
What is LinkedIn though? Like, is one
LinkedIn
eye
is
a
like-
camera and half my head is metal and it goes down and I only have one lung and the other lung's like an iron lung? And what level of cyborg are we?
No. So like, let's say the level of cyborg is like you're just automatically hooked up to the internet, right? And like you can find whatever answer you need automatically with an AI hooked directly to you, right? Basically, right?
I don't think that's a
And so-
cyborg. I think that's just someone with a chip in their head.
Well, let's say it's not a chip, right? Let's say it's like that crown you're talking about, right? Like or
Yeah.
a headphone.
Okay.
Whatever, right? Like,
But
that's being linked, right? Or would you just rather upload yourself? Because let's say we also figured out the technology to have like immortality, like as a pill. You know what I'm saying? So you just take a pill,
hope we find
then,
that
you
before
have
we start
immortality.
turning everyone into half robots.
and then so then that way you have your biological body's immortal.
Yeah.
Or you could be immortal by uploading yourself. So like, which
Oh,
one would you do?
I'd rather take the pill at that point.
Yeah. No, that's
Like, I mean,
that's
I
what
wouldn't upload myself if I could be immortal in my
In
body.
Yeah.
But if I could not be immortal in my body, when stuff starts hitting the fan, go to the robot.
Dude, and I think they're gonna figure out some kind of immortality pill, dude, eventually.
I mean, it's not crazy to think with my level of income, you know, I could live to be around 350, 400 years.
Your level of income.
Bro, just,
What
bro, just
Advancements in
talking.
modern science, you know.
He's just talking.
I'm quoting Talladega Nights.
Oh, true.
I'm quoting Ricky Bobby.
Of course.
I said it wrong.
Of course.
I missed a line. I apologize for that.
Dude, but dude, that'll be interesting. Like, let's say they basically what all they need to figure out is aging, right? If they can figure out how to make cells stop aging, then that's literally the solution. And like what they're saying is like it's like the telomere shit, right? If they can prevent the telomere from shortening,
I don't
if
know
they
what
just
that
prevent
is.
genetic splicing.
What's
right?
telomere?
So basically, the telomere is like inside the cell. It's like every time your DNA replicates, like a cell turns into another cell.
Yeah, well,
that
yes. Yeah.
source of DNA, like that gets shorter or something, right?
It loses
and then basically,
parts.
every telomere actually has like some extended amount of DNA, so that like incorporating the fact that it's going to get shorter every time, right? So then there's like some leeway there, but basically after some point, then it starts damaging your DNA itself, right? So then that's what they're saying is like it's some form of aging right there. It's like where eventually that gets short enough where your shit starts mutating anyway, right? And like you get cancer and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
But if they can prevent that shit from shortening, like so they say like lobsters and shit like that, their telomeres don't shorten, right? So then that's why lobsters can live like 1,000 years. I think recently they found a lobster that was like 400 years old or some shit.
Like,
I think they
actually,
killed that shit. I think they killed it. That's fucked up, dude.
Crazy.
wild.
Oh, that's crazy.
Brother.
But yeah, so like lobsters have that where they can live up to like 400, 500 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn.
Where are we with stem cells? Do those work?
Dude, I mean,
Apparently
stem
they
cell
do.
therapy is like
Apparently they're
new.
nice. Yeah, apparently they're nice though.
New. Yeah, so I remember like Joe Rogan was talking about that. Like he had stem cell therapy in his shoulder and it like totally fixed up his shoulder. So they're saying like there's some good
Yeah.
uses for it.
No, I've heard a bunch of UFC fighters talk about it. Like they get
Yeah.
it for knees. I think even Kobe got it for his knees or his Achilles or something.
Yeah, and dude, Kobe got a fucking blood infusions and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he was doing some shit.
Was he
in-
doing some crazy stuff?
Yeah.
He was doing because
Dude.
his knees were basically like totaled,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
and so like he tried getting them fixed in Germany. Apparently, it sort of worked though. Like
yeah.
it did like help him somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing over there, but he
Yeah.
had to go to Germany, dude. There wasn't any. I'm guessing they weren't doing any kind of treatment like that over here. So
Yeah.
Well, no,
I
that makes
remember that
sense.
shit. He went
Yeah.
over.
Did they
Germany.
go like chop off another guy's legs and give his knees to Kobe?
Who
And
knows, man? Who knows?
maybe like they use like a baby fetus stem cells or some shit. You know, who knows? Dude.
some wild shit. That's some wild
But that's what
shit.
they're saying is like when you're born, apparently like your placenta has like a ton of like fucking stem cells in it.
yeah.
So like they're saying like for babies being born nowadays, like you should save those stem cells so that you could use them for like stem cell treatment like later in life if you need it, basically. I was like, okay, that's actually legit.
That's wild.
How do you just save that?
Yeah, how do you save it?
I mean,
Put it in a
they have some
Ziploc.
kind of
Freeze it or something?
they have some kind of cryo storage for your cells. Or
Yeah.
something.
Well, no, because I was just like, a cell's gonna die just
It's the
sitting
same way
there.
they preserve sperm and shit. It's probably the same.
Oh,
No.
fair,
Yeah. Yeah.
fair. Freeze it.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah, like they just do the liquid nitrogen.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that defeats the purpose of freezing ourselves at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
Or they'll just give
I don't
everyone
think it-
cancer.
You think they're actually gonna be able to like fucking bring someone back from the dead? You think that's ever
dude,
gonna happen?
That'd be
Well, it depends on if
next
you're
level,
dead.
dude.
yeah. That'd be
next level
wild.
shit.
That'd be
Depends
wild.
on if you're dead.
What do you mean?
I mean, if you get frozen in
Yeah.
one instant in between heartbeats, are you dead?
Well, haven't they been? So they freeze them like right before they're about to die. Right now, how do they
Well,
do it?
I have no idea what the current status of that technology
there's
is
one
or if
company
it's
that does
just
it,
a
right? Like-
scam.
I remember. what the
I've seen
company was
TV shows where like there were companies that did that, and it turned out they were just dumping the bodies in a dumpster and collecting hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, is it just a scam? Are they actually freezing people? I could not tell you. I have not looked into it. Experimenting on dead people with fridges is not really like my browsing habit, to be totally honest.
That's not like your YouTube recommended.
No, even like with all the like science stuff that comes up, it's
Yeah,
just not that.
never dead bodies.
I don't like gory stuff. I stay away from
Yeah.
biology.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind that stuff, man. But basically, what they're saying is like, the process begins once you're legally declared dead. So you're already
Yeah,
brain dead.
yeah.
So I don't know how.
I don't
they're
know
gonna-
what they're claiming. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna recover anything if you're already brain dead.
yeah.
I feel like they needed to freeze you right before you die or some shit.
Yeah.
So then they preserve your brain's life or some shit in there, right? Like,
No,
Some
see,
things
I
still
told you.
alive.
I think it's just a scam. I think they're just like, look,
oh, yeah.
we can put these old people in fridges for 25 years.
of
We
money.
can
They make
each
a lot of
make
money.
$23 million
Yeah, just collect.
and leave. Go out of
Dude,
business 12 years in
imagine
and
the
just
ugly
unplug
payment
all
on
the
that.
fridges. I don't know.
Bro.
Imagine the monthly payment on that.
Oh
Like
my
their
God.
family is doing like a monthly payment.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know. Maybe I could figure it out how to freeze people and bring them back.
Bobby, are you a doctor?
No, but that's not.
You just said you
important here.
can't. You just said you can't handle like gory shit.
Well, yeah, nothing gory will happen. We'll just we will freeze them like head to toe. Just put them directly in the freezer. And yeah, we'll figure the rest out
All they're
later. The
promising-
important part is making sure they're frozen.
I think the main thing they're promising is like storage until it's technologically possible.
To bring them back.
And then they'll
No,
and then
this
they'll-
is literally what they're offering. They're like, we'll freeze you. We don't know if it can be undone, but it might
It might.
when we get smart enough.
Yeah.
That
That's
is
we get
literally
it.
what. That's why I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know if it's a scam. Like, I don't know if they're actually doing things. From my understanding, they pump you full of antifreeze and freeze you, and then leave you in a warehouse for a really long time and collect a lot of money.
God damn.
From the examples I have seen, that is
fucking-
how I believe it works.
Fucking popsicle.
No,
Just
like
popsicle
actually,
in the freezer.
like
yeah.
actually, they drain all your bodily
Dude, they
fluids
do.
and
They
blood
do.
and
So-
fill you
Yeah.
with antifreeze.
Here,
Yeah.
so they
That's
call it
wild.
vitrification, right? So cryoprotectant infusion. The body undergoes a process called vitrification where the water in the body cells is replaced with cryoprotected solution. Yeah, so they do. It's just antifreeze. They
Yeah.
just fill it with
No, it's like
antifreeze.
car
Oh,
antifreeze.
shit.
That's wild, dude.
Oh my
What
God.
the hell?
I was not joking.
Oh my
It's like
God.
literally car antifreeze. Like I.
Dude, so there's no way they can bring you back if they, especially if they put antifreeze in that shit.
Well, I love how they're like the process of removing all the water from all the cells and replacing it with antifreeze. And
Yeah.
the thing I saw was like they just hooked up 2 dialysis tubes and pumped in antifreeze till the blood stopped coming out and then
Oh
froze
my
the.
God.
Dude, that's ridiculous.
Dude, that motherfucker's dead. He's
Dude, not
just
only dead, he's like fucking petrified.
Yeah, like bro, he's
Full-
done, bro.
Full antifreeze.
Dude's like frozen in like it's like what is that called like
I have that-
suspended animation.
To be fair, guys, I have that memory. I don't
Yeah.
know if that was from like a fiction or non-fiction thing. So,
Dude, that's real, dude. I just read it right now.
Yeah,
oh,
he's
okay,
dead.
okay.
Yeah.
Just looked up like how cryonics
Well,
works,
no,
and
but
that's-
what I just described for how it's
Yeah.
done, I don't know if that's what they're
Oh,
doing.
yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But
But it's totally possible, dude. I think
Yeah.
they might.
More or less.
would
Yeah,
you
dude,
guys
so
get frozen?
Hell no.
Well,
So
so
basically,
here's
they use antifreeze to prevent the forming of ice, right? So they just don't want ice to destroy the
So
cell structure.
i-
right?
if the water in the cells turns to ice, it'll break the cell open because water expands when it freezes. Water's like the only thing that expands when it goes into a solid state. So it'll just rupture all your cells, and then you'll bleed to death when they thaw you out.
yeah.
What was I gonna say? No, so they do the antifreeze and they can make your body cold. But like
Yeah.
you raise a great point. This is all happening like 8 hours after my heart stopped beating,
Yeah.
8 hours after I stopped breathing. What are we left with here? Are there maggots yet?
Yeah.
I don't know how that
exactly,
works.
dude. I don't-
That's a while of a dead body.
How are
It's
you gonna
probably not in
preserve-
great shape at that point.
Especially if you're already brain dead, right? Like, if you're brain dead, that means your brain's gone, dude. How are they gonna bring any
Yeah.
of that,
Well,
whatever was
exactly.
going on?
So is it
Bad.
like then they? Well, I'm also like, what state are we coming back to here?
Yeah.
I'm going to bed at 93 after I broke my hip and had a stroke. What am I coming back?
Legit. It's
Yeah.
not like you're gonna come back like young.
No, so I just think these things are scams. I don't think there's any possible way they're anywhere near anything real there.
No, dude, and I mean, there's nothing right now. Like, there's literally nothing we know right now to bring someone's brain back on. Like, once your brain's off, it's off, dude. Like, there's literally nothing we got right now that's gonna bring it back.
No, once it's gone, it's gone. That's why you can't like reboot people, If we could control alt delete, things
No,
would be
dude, like
different.
the closest thing you can do, right, is like let's say you drown, like getting CPR, but all CPR does again, right? It's bringing oxygen back to the brain. You
No,
weren't brain dead.
that's
You know what I'm
not.
saying? You're
You
still
have to
alive,
do that
you know?
before.
Oh shit.
Oh, what the hell?
I don't know. Your camera is off now.
Battery died. Probably. Some shit.
Yeah, it happens. But yeah, I mean, like, if you're brain dead, you're brain dead. You have to
Yeah.
do CPR before they're brain dead. That's why it works, because it prevents brain death. But as soon as people stop doing CPR, or maybe during CPR, if you aren't doing CPR well, someone's going to get brain dead.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Maybe they could make a machine that, like, as soon as someone dies, you just strap it to them and it does CPR until they do this
shocks their
process.
body. Yeah.
Well, no, not like a
Like-
defibrillator. I'm literally like put something around their chest that'll
Just
give heartbeats
Oh, true.
and pump blood and
Yeah.
something that'll force air in and air out so they
Yeah.
breathe. I mean, I don't know if that would work. But like you need to do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, dude, I have no idea, man. Like somehow they would need to keep the brain activity alive. I think that's the only bet.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean? Like otherwise, it's like, yo, how are you even getting anywhere with this?
Yeah.
Like who are you gonna bring back? If you bring back anybody, who's that gonna be? You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
is it gonna be like a fresh brain or something? Like
a zombie.
What if it is? What if it's just like a reboot and they're like, who are you? And they just don't know anything, but they understand like basic muscle memory things, like how to talk and.
yeah, exactly. I think that's totally possible. Like you'd have some kind of like amnesia or some shit.
That would be kind
Also,
of a
dude, like-
crazy like concept.
Also, at that point, dude, like you're only getting frozen by yourself. Like you're just gonna come back by yourself. You're not gonna know nobody.
No, my
Yeah,
whole
like,
family
exactly.
signed up.
It's like, dude, sign up
Grandma's
his whole
already
family.
in there.
We got everyone.
Everyone's getting
down.
No,
frozen.
these-
There's game for everybody.
Yeah.
It's like a mattress firm thing, you know. It's also rumored they already have Steve Jobs' head in one of those. So,
Yeah, dude.
kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah, maybe they stored Steve Jobs' head.
Do you? All right.
Wow.
What do you think is possible to happen first? Anti-aging, and we now live
Yeah.
to like 400, or freezing ourselves for 300 years and then coming back.
Anti-aging.
He's anti.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the thing that makes sense. Like, if you're alive, stay alive.
Yeah,
Like that
exactly.
makes
If
sense.
you're alive,
Once you're
stay
dead,
alive.
you're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you're
Stay dead.
you're dead.
Stay dead.
Like,
Like, bruh.
just
Yeah,
stay.
dude.
If you can keep people alive, dude, that's what you need.
But
Exactly.
if you're at absolute zero, are you dead?
Yeah, I mean, well, again, that's like after you're actually already dead. They
Well,
only put
no,
you at
but
absolute-
like, what would kill you from actual
damn.
parse? Oh, he might
Damn.
be
Yo,
gone.
yo, yo.
They.
What happened?
Something
Your
happened.
face.
You got an interesting face going on. We're gonna ignore that. You're making like
little duck
you might.
face.
Yeah, it's interesting. We could hear you. Oh,
Oh.
oh,
Oh.
you're moving again.
Hey.
There we go.
There he is.
I don't know why that froze.
But what kills you in regular cold, frostbite, is literally
Yeah.
the water in your cells crystallizing.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not that you have to replace all the blood with antifreeze. Maybe it's that you have to freeze them really quick and don't allow crystallization to happen. And just
Yeah, it's
instead
like
of a
flash freezing
freeze,
like a
it's
fish,
like
right?
a petrification.
yeah. You needed some kind of flash freezing on a large scale, like what they do to fish.
But that would actually go to absolute zero. You can't stop
Yeah,
somewhere.
Yeah. What does it go to right now?
I don't know, dude. As I said, I think they're making these people like juice bags and then throwing them in a freezer. I don't think
they're
this is
literally
a
just
thing
ice
that
packs.
is
Yeah,
actually
just
being
ice packs,
researched to bring them
Ice
back.
Facts.
That's what they're turning them into. Dude.
Legit.
Also, like, you know, if you think about it, some of these people who are signing up for this are just
Yeah.
gonna die. Because how are they
Yeah.
gonna figure out how to bring people back if they don't have other already frozen people? The first frozen people are gonna get tested on until they bring a zombie back
Yeah,
to life,
exactly.
and
They're
then
gonna
we
die.
die from a zombie pandemic.
Those early people are gonna die for sure.
Yeah, man. Oh. They're
So-
legit trying
Yeah.
to create zombies. That's legit what
It's kind of crazy to me that people would sign up for that. But, you know, if you're rich and you're like, hey, maybe I could come back. I still don't understand the whole proposition.
Yeah.
It's not
Me
like
neither.
you're like, I'm going to take your brain and give you a cyborg body in 85 years. Maybe that's
Yeah.
what it would end up being, but I was already brain dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so dude, basically what they're saying is that the liquid nitrogen brings them down to negative 196.
Yeah, but
So
not
that's
zero.
what they do to, so that's what they do to fish and stuff nowadays. So basically, yeah. So apparently, this still doesn't completely prevent ice crystals from forming. So some still do form, right?
So you'll have
Basically.
frostbite
I think-
places.
Yes, I think the problem is like yeah, they would need something even colder than liquid nitrogen to freeze even faster.
No, that's
Yeah,
what
no,
I'm.
see,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you come back
So
fucking
actually, all these
95,
crystals-
broken hip,
Yeah.
frostbite,
Yeah.
Like, bro, just let me die. Let me die at that point, man.
But maybe it's
what if you
like
don't
they're
wanna die?
putting your brain in a cyborg.
No, dude, if I'm coming back at 95 with
Yeah.
fucking frostbite, with like whatever that like natural causes that I died of, like I'm already probably fucked. Like, what's the point of coming back?
They'll put your brain in a cyborg.
Yeah, no, see,
Yeah,
like,
they'll-
if I come back and I'm
Upload
like,
you
It's
onto
the
your
only advantage I
yeah,
see.
yeah. If I'm like
great
Vision,
laptop.
You
They'll
know
just
what
upload
would
you
be
on that.
crazy though?
yeah,
You
like,
know what would be
bro.
crazy? What if they like wrote this contract right now and they were like, "Oh, we'll be able to get out of it." And they get like contractually bound to trying to find a way to bring all of these people back. And what if we end up with a bunch of cyborgs in retirement homes that are just brain dead with brains in them? And they were like, "It's sufficient. It's living."
Dude, that would be
Dude,
wild. Yeah, like their
yeah.
body is alive, but they couldn't bring back the brain.
Yeah.
That'd be,
That shit would be
bro,
crazy,
nah, that'd be crazy, bro.
like the-
Oh,
Vegetables.
oh,
I mean, that's how a lot of people are in comas right now, right? Like they say sometimes you'll wake up, sometimes you'll just be in a coma forever.
But a coma's not like brain dead. That's very different.
yeah, you could still like,
You have a
It's not
lot
brain
of
dead.
no,
you're
coma
still
is you
awake.
have a lot of brain activity in a coma.
yeah,
Your body's fully functional. I don't understand what the exact thing is. It's just like you're not conscious.
yeah,
Yeah. Dude.
Like your brain has gone into a coping mechanism to try to preserve the body, I think is
yeah, some shit like that.
Got you. Yeah, dude. I mean, even comas, right? Like, I think no one. I think like they don't have any methods to like bring back people from comas right now. So there's no way they're gonna bring them back from dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think for comas, you just naturally need to come back yourself, right? So
yeah, I don't know. I don't understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do. Sometimes people come back, sometimes they don't. I don't
Like,
get it. That's why
fucking
I'm
kill-
not a doctor, but
jeez, it happened again.
oh, I know. I was letting it go.
Yeah,
That was a way better face than the first time. That's why I was like, okay, we can leave it up there for a second.
I have no idea why that keeps happening. But yeah, dude, it's interesting, dude. It's like the Kill Bill movie when she just wakes up from a coma, and then she just goes and
it
tries
goes
to kill
crazy.
everybody.
Yeah, it goes crazy.
Well, yeah, because I guess they don't know what's happening in the coma, but it's
Yeah.
thought that like you think you're like living like in a dream, and you just wake up and none of it was real.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Imagine it's just a long ass dream.
Yeah.
So you're just in like a dream world for like fucking 15 years.
But
or
what
some
if it's
shit
a
like-
dream world with object permanence and like you remember those last
Yeah,
15 years
yeah,
and
imagine
then the
you're,
day
like,
you
living
wake
a
up it's
separate
like
life.
that's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah, damn.
You're married, have kids, you come back, you're single and still have the gunshot wound that you went into the coma with.
Yeah, legit.
You live a whole like alternate reality.
Yeah.
You know, like that's wild.
Damn.
Your buses don't float. I
Yeah.
don't know. Back to the Future things.
I mean, it's like some
Yeah.
Inception shit.
Didn't we pass the Back to the Future year already and didn't
Yeah.
have flying cars?
Yep. What was it? I forget.
It
what
was I think it was 21. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Damn.
2021-ish.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I have no idea,
No flying cars.
dude. But yeah,
Do you guys
I don't know when we're gonna get flying cars, dude.
Well, so I was gonna say, do you guys think that would ever happen after the whole thing that killed the whole flying car rampage everyone was on was 9/11?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah, I
there's
mean,
ever a
9/11
chance they
threw
would
us-
let every
yeah, exactly.
random person fly a flying vehicle around a city?
Dude, yeah. Imagine if 9/11 never happened, right? Like, how much shit would be different?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Like this government surveillance would probably be a little bit less, right?
Mhm.
It'd probably be a little weaker.
Mhm.
We might have flying cars,
Yeah. Yeah.
but who knows? Maybe a different war would have started, right? Like if that didn't happen,
Yeah.
some
No,
other shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's how fucking time works, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
Legit.
2015.
Damn. They were very optimistic.
They were
Yeah, dude,
optimistic.
that's-
That was a great
Yeah.
one to get stuck on. I'm just saying, you didn't have to save it that time.
Yeah.
That looked like the front of a billboard. You should have just left that
Yeah,
one.
that was a
there.
nice
That
smile.
was a great picture.
Yeah, facts.
Are you? I thought he was frozen.
Same.
I thought it froze
Same.
back on it.
Same.
Yeah.
I think like
but-
flying cars are totally possible because like right now airplane automation is way simpler than car automation right now.
yeah,
Like
but
so
like
making
you.
the thing take off and land by itself is so simple. You know,
But-
right, with the tech we have.
The theoretical flying car, in most
Yeah.
cases, is a VTOL. So it goes straight up and down. You don't need a runway. And yes, plane automation is really good, but planes all go to the same place. They don't go to everywhere, and they don't have other ones trying to get everywhere around them. They follow like plane highways through the sky.
Well, maybe we just have plane highways in certain areas, right? Like where you can fly in certain areas.
Well,
right?
no,
So, like,
but I
maybe
mean,
we-
like Chicago. Like, if I want to go this way and 2,000 people are flying that way, someone's
No,
going to
no,
hit
like,
each other or a
or-
building at some point.
Think about this, right? Like, let's say within city limits, you can't fly, right? And you can only fly like if you're doing like cross-state highway type of shit, right? So then that way they only have certain areas where you can actually fly, right? So if you wanted to go like from Chicago to California,
Yeah.
you know, instead of taking like fucking Route 66, you know, you just fly between those places. And there's like a designated flyway.
There's like
to
a
go.
fly
You know what
zone.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's the most practical way. Otherwise, like if you have cars flying everywhere, you'd have to have some crazy regulation and like some kind of like
Yeah.
technology control on top of it, right?
I
Like,
mean, I
where-
think you even would for that.
yeah.
Like, as soon as you let someone take off, why are they going to stop when they get to the city? Because you told them to? Does it fall out of the sky
that's
when it
why you
goes
have, like,
towards
that
the city?
autopilot, right? So it takes off and flies itself and then lands itself.
So now I have to fly something that, like, if something's going wrong, I have no option of controlling myself, too. Like,
Well, you can. Well, like it'll give you access if some shit happens.
well,
right?
no.
Maybe.
Do you get what I'm getting at, though?
Yeah.
So, like, now we have a vehicle where
Yeah.
autopilot's protecting cities, right? But what if
Yeah.
autopilot thinks like a pole on a farm is a city and it just
Yeah.
crashes the car into the ground because it thinks it's going to dive bomb a building?
I mean, I guess that could happen, but I mean, hopefully they'd figure out. Some
Yeah. Hopefully it's just like emergency landing. Like it just lands.
Yeah, of course
Like,
that could
the
happen. Yeah,
closest
it thinks
landing.
some bullshit something else and fuck
Yeah.
up. Or,
I mean, I don't know. I don't think a flying vehicle,
yeah.
and maybe like this is the other side of it. They're screwed up people too.
Yeah.
But I would not want to be in anything that I was flying or driving where something else within the vehicle could decide that what I wanted to do with it was not the thing it was going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. You
Yeah,
never
no, I
know. Then what happens when, like, there's 10 million of those and then, oh, actually, they just figured out how to hack the first 4 generations of them. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean that's already happening right now, right? Like that's why all these Hyundais were getting broken into, right? Like
no.
they figured out how to break into one Hyundai and then they figured them all out, so they were all getting stolen.
Wait, hold
Right, like-
that's Hyundai's fault. These are
Yeah.
easier to start than like an 86 Impala. You literally get in there, pull off the thing, stick a USB cord in the ignition, and turn it.
Yeah.
And it just goes.
Oh, really?
This happened to my dad's car. This is literally just they put like the easiest, most stealable thing in the car.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
wild.
Yeah, but
So that was
exactly,
that no
some
one
shit like
hacked
that,
anything
you
there.
know, like some bullshit like that.
But yeah, like what if it's that, but they're all plane cars? What happens with plane car theft? How do they not go towards cities?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
no,
then
I mean,
people
you
are
need to
running
put, like, a lot
garages of
tech. There needs to
unregistered
be layers
stolen
of tech
plane
with this
cars.
to work, right? Like, because imagine like it's gonna be so dangerous to have shit falling out of the sky.
Well, that too. What do you do if like people are, I don't know, being stupid and they throw trash out their window and it just starts hitting
Right,
people in the head?
There's so many issues with it, right? But I mean,
Do police cruisers get missiles?
Oh shit,
dude, that'd be wild.
that'd be
That'd be
insane,
wild.
You're
just
flying.
just shooting down cars.
bro.
I just,
Dude.
even in my wildest dreams,
The Air
Jets.
Force after.
Yeah, legit.
even in my wildest dreams, us flying places like that, never. It's just not.
Well, I think it'll happen eventually, but maybe like 200 years from now, not anytime soon.
I think
they need a lot of things they need to figure out before that point.
I don't think we'd see that. I think we'd see like, oh, you can just walk up to a point and get on a little personal drone and it'll take you over to this point or that point, but you have to pick like stations.
Yeah, like it'll be like public transport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we would get to something like that
Yeah, like
rather than
some
people owning and
government
flying all cars.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of like a personal taking me here, it's like a government controlled
Yeah.
built-in. Yeah.
Which
that's
maybe
probably-
that
that's-
has its own problems too, but then at least people don't own all the flying things and want to hit things with them. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a positive.
But yeah, I think like we're far away from having it in cities. That's my final determination on it. Is like,
Oh, yeah,
if they
yeah.
did it, they would need to do it outside of cities. I think it's like completely impractical to have shit
100%.
flying and potentially crash right into a building.
Chicago
Like, I don't think that's not happening.
Chicago had signed a thing at one point
Yeah.
about having like a drone taxi from the city to O'Hare. And it was gonna take off in the city and just shuttle people to O'Hare all day.
Oh yeah, I do remember seeing something about that. That was wild.
Let me see if I can find that.
That was wild. It actually looked cool though. It was like a little like mini chopper.
What? Well, I'm wondering when it came out. Oh, they're trying to bring it by next year. Let's see if they do
Flying
it.
taxi service.
Flying taxi service to transport Chicago residents to O'Hare by 2025.
I doubt it. 2025. That's next year.
Yeah. They announced
No
this
way.
last year.
Yeah, no
There's
shot.
2 years.
No shot.
I mean, the little drone things exist. They, okay. I mean, we're about to.
I can hold it.
That's literally. Oh. That's literally at 59:55, by the way.
Yeah.
No, but the taxi things exist. The drone part of the taxi thing, like the actual vehicles, like people have been making those for a while now. I could see. No, never mind. You can't get it like safety rated. How do you get it? You have to. Oh, they could put a parachute in it.
Yeah.
How does
Yeah,
Uber
Yeah,
do it?
That's
So-
what they're doing with those small planes nowadays. They're adding a parachute, right? What happened?
You're playing out of his iPad. Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
No,
does,
no. So it's an issue.
does
So
Uber do it?
helicopters and planes,
Yeah.
both of them, if the engines die, will like glide, and you can land either of them without engines.
Facts. Yeah.
A drone with like 8 propellers
Yeah.
doesn't have
doesn't
enough
glide.
propeller area to glide if that happens. So it just plummets. So the only way they're getting it safety certified is if it has like backup motors or parachutes or something.
No, dude, they're already putting parachutes in planes now. In
What
like
are you
some
talking about?
smaller planes.
Oh yeah, little ones.
Yeah, not the commercial
No,
airlines, but
no,
like the
no.
small-
God. I was like, God, how big
The
is that
whole
parachute?
plane jumping out.
Yeah. Dude, that'd need to be such a big ass parachute.
No,
That'd be
I
wild.
imagined like a parachute coming out the tail, and then it's like a, I don't know, 100-mile wide parachute
just like
with a
a-
747 hanging
Yeah,
below
no,
it.
that'd be a huge
Hot
parachute.
air
No,
balloon.
but smaller planes, they're doing that. Like, so I think it's totally possible that they do the parachute.
I think
Yeah.
the Honda Jet, or not the Honda Jet, the Cirrus Vision Jet, I think has one. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's like a little two people sit in the front, and there's a little jet engine like kind of on its back, and it has a V tail.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that one has a parachute system that you can pull
nice.
in an engine out.
Yeah.
Dang, where does it come out? The tail?
The top.
Oh, true. Okay.
Shoots out the top, like whatever is the center of mass.
I'll show you. I know I can find this thing. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I saw that recently. I was like, oh, that's actually sick that they do that. I'm like, that's actually really safe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, facts. You might as well have it on tiny ass planes. Oh,
Yeah,
damn,
it's because like of
that's
course you
actually
can
sick.
glide in the plane, but
That's
like
sick.
that makes
And
it so much
it's
safer.
also a big parachute. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to see it go off. They do it like a test.
Dang, yeah, no, it literally just now can just glide down if it needs to.
Watch this. This is the test. So this is what it does. To be fair, this system, as cool as it is and as safety oriented as it is,
Yeah.
it's like if you freak out too much to land your plane. I don't know.
Yeah,
What
yeah, exactly.
you're not ripping the wing off and pulling this thing. Oh, did you
dang,
see it go out?
Yeah.
And the plane falls down and gets held up by it. They'll set it down. But it's like, I don't know. If my engine's out, why am I not trying to glide back to the airport? Maybe it's
Yeah.
like, well, you were too low to actually make it back to the airport. And it's to avoid hitting something. But, you know, I guess that's actually a really good thing that it could be used for. Like if you're in a city
Yeah.
and you can't make it back because there's buildings in
Just
the
pop
way,
it
just
early,
pop
yeah.
the chute. Don't fall
Yeah.
into a building. That
Yeah,
would be a
just
good
glide.
idea. That would be
Yeah.
a good idea. Have
Yeah.
it around areas like this.
Oh, damn.
I don't
Damn.
I don't imagine that you could use it and not total a plane. Like I think you're going to total the plane. Like I don't
Nah,
think the
'cause I
plane
think
will ever
like
fly
that-
again.
Like that, if you just have it on top. If you
That
just have it
plane
land
that
on wheels.
that plane that I showed you,
If it
the
could just
first
glide
one.
down.
Here. It's okay, Pars. I don't know if you can hear us, but we got your text. So this one, that plane will likely never be airworthy
Oh,
again.
damn. Yeah, no, it completely just crumbles.
Well, so the parachute also, I think, comes out with like an explosive charge and goes through the skin of the plane. I don't know exactly what it does
Hey, there he is.
to it, but I think there's a pretty high chance that if you pull that, the plane's never going to fly again.
Damn.
I don't know for sure,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's not like it sets you down on the same part of it every time. You know, it's not like it can see a big rock coming at it one way, or
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Facts.
it's not super
Yeah, I don't-
controlled. It's
You need
just
to
a
pop 'em out.
parachute. I know.
Dude, yeah, dude, I don't know. My Discord just like completely froze right now.
No, we noticed. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
We realized. I was just kind of talking about the parachute plane system thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude, parachute planes are legit, dude.
Yeah, they're sick.
I mean,
They're sick.
I was just saying to Ananya, you know, I don't feel like it's the most useful system unless like you're in an urban area or a,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
City, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you got
Not
it.
rural.
Yeah, you got
if
it.
you're in a rural area, just kind of land in a field, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like try to make it back to the runway. Don't just pull a parachute at 3,000 feet because your engine stops working.
Mm-hmm.
But as a last resort, you know, if like you're in a populated area and your option is, I don't know, stall and land in the middle of a crowded park or not, pull it there, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I need like open field. But
I don't
Yeah,
even know
what-
if you'd
what are you
want to
gonna
pull
do? I
it
don't know.
around
Like,
the city.
I guess like if like one of your wings falls off or some shit, then it's like that's an easy option. But it's like otherwise, it's like
But-
land it yourself.
Look, if you were flying and your wing falls off, you missed
Yeah.
some service or inspection, and the plane
Yeah.
wasn't airworthy when you left the
Yeah.
ground anyway.
Facts.
Yeah, yeah,
So
Facts.
you got a whole lot of other problems if your wing fell off.
yeah, yeah.
And I will bet you, anyone who has enough problems to randomly have their wing fall off in a flight will also not have packed or renewed or done whatever to the parachutes to make sure they actually
Yeah,
fire.
the parachute's
So
gonna be fucked up.
Yeah. Fair.
It's like it doesn't
Fair.
eject properly, and you're just fucking screwed. You're
or I'm
fucking plummeting.
thinking like maybe after like 15 years the fabric starts to decay on the chutes and you want to get it
Yeah,
replaced or
there's holes in
something.
it. Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. But
That'd be wild. It's like you think
That's wild.
it's like it ejects, it grabs some air, and you think you're fine for a second, and then
it
all of a
just
sudden
just
like
drops again.
right,
Oh.
like, and then you're just fucked.
And now
then
you're
at
in
that
like
point, you're
a
gonna die.
straight drop, like you
Straight
can't even
plummet.
hope your
Yeah.
wings are working.
Yeah, straight plummet. Damn.
That's wild. But yeah, I think
Well,
we can
yeah.
wrap it now.
Yeah.
I think we can wrap it on up.
Yeah.
Y'all got anything cool coming out here in the next week or
shorts.
so?
Shorts. We got
Shorts,
some
shorts.
ABJ food court. We got
we
some
do.
ABJ
We
food
do.
court
We
coming out.
got some stuff
Shorts
coming.
shorts are just gonna keep
Yeah.
coming out, so
Yeah.
look out for that shit. Yeah.
Hell yeah. But
All right.
Well-
Anyone got a quote?
damn.
I don't got a quote. Bob, you got something?
I got one in the chamber.
Shoot.
I'm not
Alright,
supposed to say it though.
Shoot.
Oh, why?
Shoot.
Why? Well, you don't know what it is, I don't think. Maybe you do.
Go for it, dude.
Yeah, at this point.
All right, fine. It's from an F1 driver a couple of weeks
Yeah.
ago at a race. Someone asked him,
Yeah, yeah.
if something happened, right? They were like, so
Yeah.
what if this happened?
You're not supposed to.
No,
you're
I
not
know.
supposed to
I know.
explain it.
But
You fucked up your own rule, Bobby.
why?
Wasn't that your rule?
What are you talking about?
You're not supposed to explain the quote?
No. I'm just explaining why I'm saying this.
All right.
Because no one will know what it's from, or you guys won't know what it's from. Anyway, someone said, what if this happened? And he said, if my mom had balls, she'd be my dad. And that's our quote.
Wow. That's amazing.